Well, actually...
Slow. Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just so by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. A foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from Trey. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't, subscribe to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. I'm a fan of the channel, so I booked a 2-hour session just to show support, just to show love and say what's up. He provided a wealth of information, way more than I was even expected. He has an excellent presentation. So I just wanted to let y'all know you will not be disappointed. Book the consultation, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Dre, man, I appreciate you. I will be out in Colombia, and I look forward to linking up with you. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
They're here with Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders, part two. Let me get some music going for us. Some intro music. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys in a minute. I'm gonna give guys a few minutes to get on in here. We got 20 in the building thus far. I'm gonna share the link with some of the guys on the live stream. Let me share the link with a few of the guys, and then we're going to continue to get started. Especially the guys that I know that were here before. Give me a second, gentlemen. Appreciate it. This gives you guys a chance to come on in here as well. And then I'll explain to you what happened. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Kevin. Make sure I get you guys these links. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got 30 in the building. Shout out to all you guys that are here with the part 2 episode. Hey, I am not saying anything. I feel like Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I feel like Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. So I don't get fined. Goodness gracious, YouTube. Shout out to all you guys over on the other side. I see Don, aka Don D, AT over there. Glad to see. All right, cool. Yes, sir. This happens from time to time. My brother Perception is Reality said this. Hey, OJ, he said, I'm considering doing a short trip to Cartagena and Punta Cana. That's a good one. Or Punta Cane. Oh, yeah, Punta Cana. He said, to set my feet in Latin America, which city would you recommend? Between the two, I would say Cartagena. And the only reason I say Cartagena is not about a Colombian thing, because I've been to DR and we spent a month out there and it was really nice. But I know how expensive and how touristy Punta Cana is. So if you're just looking for a 1000% touristy experience, then that's what you're going to get in Punta Cana. Now, Cartagena, yes, is full of tourists, but you have islands that are on the outskirts. You have so much that you can see other than just Cartagena itself. So, and plus Cartagena has the new version that looks like South Beach, and they have the old town that a lot of people go to as well. So you got the best of both worlds. Plus in Cartagena, you can take a tour bus to Palenque, the first free black town in all of the Americas. That's here right outside of Cartagena. Very inexpensive trip. You also can go to Cartagena. Like I said, they have little island tours and party boats and all that stuff. You have all that included. Yes, sir. Shout out to Jay Anderson, the great, in the building. Shout out to Kofa, LJZ, Southern Vegan is in the building as well. We got Garland in the building, so we're good. As well as our brother David Dice of the Dice family. Glad to see that we're back. I'll tell you what happened, gentlemen. YouTube said this. They said that we were bullying the Pookie. You cannot, on YouTube, bully the Pookie. He said there's some big. You can't talk about the weight in the United States. That's considered bullying the ladies. So if you talk about certain topics of certain genders, that's considered bullying. You can only discuss political or public figures. That is not considered bullying. If you talk about a particular public figure, that is not considered bullying. But if you talk about certain figures, that is considered bullying in the United States. At least according to YouTube. Shout out to 1J in the building. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you, all you guys being here. Let me make sure I sent the link to Will as well, so I don't want to make sure Will got the link too. All right. Give everybody a chance. We got Bobby Coltrane of the Coltrane family in the building. He says, so big brother. Yeah, basically, yes. Yes, I'm going to have to, you know what? I think I'm going to start having to do YouTube like TikTok. People on TikTok speaking codes, a lot of codes, because you could get a strike or banned in TikTok really, really fast, really easy. And that video that we just did, I actually just took it off of both channels, off the main channel and off of Andrea's channel. So I took it off of both channels. So shout out to all you guys that are over there on Andrea's channel as well, once again. Appreciate you, gentlemen. So we still got everything. We still got the video we can watch. I just wanted to make sure everybody was here. We got 41 in the building. I didn't want to go back and get started before we did. I'm going to drop those links again as well, gentlemen. I'm going to drop those links that we were just looking at. And I'm going to walk through the websites once again. Because like I said, I took that down. And we're going to walk through it one more time, one more again. Let me change the music over. We don't need to do shout outs because we already did the shout outs before. We don't have to do them again, but I will change the music over. Okay. Yeah, Big Brother got angry. And says Big Brother, shout out to, this is the cool part. I can't say this. I can't say this. Shout out to my man Gypsy Cat. We had guys that didn't make it over for the first stream, and that happens a lot. And then when I revamp it, then YouTube sends a notification to dudes like Gypsy Cat and a bunch of you other guys that weren't here for the first stream. So I do appreciate the fact that at least we got some of the guys that weren't here the first go round. They're here now. So shout out to our brother Gypsy Cat. Yeah, Big Shirley, right? Preach. Yep. He said, you ever going to do an unfiltered live stream on Patreon? Bruh, I'm going to tell you something. I am so eager to go over there. Let's put it like this. This Sunday, I'm going to do an experiment live over on the Patreon. I'm going to do an experiment live over on the Patreon to make sure that it all set up and so forth. Once we know that we got everything set up just right on the Patreon, bro, we're going to be doing certain days, whether it be in the afternoons or even in the evenings over on Patreon. I kid you not. I kid you not. I'm with you guys in regards. And I've been thinking about this for months anyway. So this was just another confirmation. This was another confirmation. He says, I see you blended your beard. Yeah, man, it's coming together, you know, it's coming, a little shum. It's coming together, you know. Slowly but surely. He said, I get more compliments and looks from women from all walks of life. That's true. From all walks of life. That's true. If you think that if you're a guy and you got a white beard, that the young women won't look at you anymore, not true. Not true. Not true. I kid you not. You are so correct. If you take care of it and is groomed the way that you want to be groomed, I kid you not. From all walks of life, he said, as I learned to keep my beard fresh and so clean. Yes, sir. Shout out to Zeta. He said, damn, they're not playing around. Keisha and the Plantation Bros. Yep. So we're going to have to use the term Keisha or something else. I can't just say the women in the West or something like that. I can't do that anymore because they think that it is bullying. He said, I got your notifications both times. He said, but sometimes I don't get anything. Yep. He said, I called a young one today looking at me. Said, yep, Bobby Coltrane. Shout out to Bobby Coltrane. Let's get started with the video. Like I said, in a few moments, I'm going to be dropping the links and going back over the portion that some of you guys didn't see when we took the steps to talk about what do you do to fill out your Venezuela visa. The visa in Venezuela is good for up to 1 year before you have to renew it. And it only takes 3 days for you to get a response of approval from Venezuela. So don't feel like you have to wait a long time. It's really simple to be approved. Shout out to my brother AMSM in the building. Salute to you too. Yeah, we got a lot of brothers that weren't here before. El Monte is here. Goodness gracious. It's like all you guys getting notifications like the second go round, man. All you guys that weren't here before. Just to let you guys know who weren't here before, This is the second stream. We were on the first live stream and YouTube cut it off because they said we were being bullies. So you guys get a chance to see everything from the beginning. So let me not talk too much. Let's get started. Let me put up the video. And I'm like, okay, but we're going to be talking about, guys going to Venezuela.
Venezuela is opening up. We're seeing people starting to go to Venezuela and stuff like that. Let me say something to you, brothers, respectfully and politely. Can we keep this one on the low, like off camera? When I say we, I'm not even talking about me. I'm just saying in general. A lot of brothers are in the bushes hiding and waiting for opportunity to pounce on Venezuela. And I'm just asking, can we just keep it respectful on this one? Don't ruin this one. Don't have the Venezuelans hating y'all. Can we keep it cool? Can we keep it chill? Can we keep it respectful?
Can they keep it? That's a question. Does all the South American countries have websites to apply for visa? Yes, absolutely. We're going to be going over that tonight in regards to Colombia once again. But yes, every one of them do. All 12 countries. Rafi Lake in the building said, what's up, Dre? Shout out to Speedway, Indiana. It's funny to see you guys coming in now that weren't here for the other stream. Like I said, for you guys that are just coming in, YouTube actually stopped the original stream. So we had to come up with a second one because they were like, hey, so I had to take that original stream. We were on for like an hour and a half. So some of you guys think we just coming in. No, you guys missed about an hour and a half of the show, but we're going to do it again. And we got your backs. Shout out to Speedway, Indiana. But you, like I said, if you think that they're going to act like they got some sense when it comes to seeing these Venezuelan ladies, we got Bean in the building as well. Shout out to Bean. Some of these guys are going to act like they got some sense, and some, yeah. Let's continue on with the video.
So that we're represented as gentlemen and scholars, all right? Enjoy the land, go on a tour, go see what the country has to offer when the time comes.
Once again, do you think that when men see these beautiful, gorgeous Venezuelan women, they're going to act responsible? Because that's what the brother is asking. He's asking, guys, please, let's be responsible with this country. Do you think guys are going to be responsible?
But please, let's not get the Venezuelans hating us because y'all gonna go over there and sexualize everything. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying, just chill. Enjoy your life and vibe. And record the coconut tree and you talking to the coconut tree, man. Don't put all that. Let's just chill on this one, all right?
You think that these dudes gonna go to Venezuela, see the Venezuelan thickness, and they not gonna record? Do you think that dudes gonna go to Venezuela, see the Venezuelan thickness, and they ain't gonna record? They not gonna record. They ain't gonna record. Okay. Let's continue on. And somebody asked a question earlier. Is the embassy open in the United States? Is it one in DC? I mean, there are embassies all over the place, but we're going to be, I got you guys. I got you guys that weren't here earlier. He said, hey, Dre, shout out to Corporal. Corporal says this. He said, Dre, have you done any reviews of our travel brother, Nomad Capitalist? I have. Shout out to Nomad Capitalist. He's got a spot in Bogota. He's got a spot in Uruguay, Bogota, and a few other places throughout Europe and a couple of islands. So yeah, I've done reactions to his videos as well. We're going to be doing some more as well. Okay, so let's get ready to go back. Move me out of the way.
Let's be cool. Fresh new start for y'all. Some of these countries tired of y'all. Let's be cool with Venezuela. Can we do that?
Advice to every black dude would be this. If you're 38, get your shit handled right now. If you're 36, get it handled right now. Because the older you are, the harder it will be to find a partner. For example, you would think me, right? I'm Mr. Worldwide, international, dated Playboy models. I've been around the globe like 27 times. I've made millions of dollars in courses and sales and programs. You think I should be able to find like this any black chick? Actually, it's super hard. It's the hardest to date within my race. Why is that? Because they're not used to stability. You've seen it. I don't need no man. That kind of attitude. Stubborn, unfortunately, not willing to play second fiddle, not willing to compromise. So unfortunately, I have to date outside of my race, or unfortunately, I don't really care, but to find the best fit. The older you get, the more you'll have to do that.
So this right here is the first flight back to Venezuela, American Airlines.
Hey, congrats to Venezuelans for touching down in Caracas, man. Salud.
Feliz, emocionada.
No, it's huge. It helps show that we're reestablishing the relationship with Venezuela. We're really trying to open that door and create an environment where Americans and American businesses can cooperate with the Venezuelans and reestablish those relationships that we've had for many years.
Okay. Now, what he said was that Venezuela and America is trying to reestablish relationships that they had for many years. What relationship did Venezuela have with America for many years? A lot of guys don't know. When we went off into World War II, guess where we got a lot of our gasoline? Now, anybody that knows anything about Venezuelan gasoline, it's very thick, and you need a special type of gasoline to blend with it to make it into the fuel that we use. Well, we as Americans had that special gasoline at one point in time to blend with Venezuelan gasoline during World War II. One of the ways that we were able to win World War II was based on the oil and the contracts that the government had with the corporations in Venezuela and the corporations in the United States to supply the United States with gasoline during World War II. Venezuela and the United States had a very, very close relationship together. A lot of people don't know that. We just think about, America went off the war. Well, okay, where the gasoline come from? It actually came from Venezuela. Then Venezuela, after time of supplying so much gasoline to the United States, they decided to do what China was doing. What did China do? China allowed the government to allow what corporations were running, right? So corporations at one point in time were running the gasoline in China, or the distribution of gasoline in China. Let's put it like that, because China gets its oil from the Middle East. But the government runs it. That's what Venezuela picked up. So the United States were like, so you're just going to break your contract with us, the deal that we've had all these years, and you're just going to instead of letting big business run big business, the Venezuelan government got involved and said, you're going to get your oil from us, and we'll dictate the prices. And that's when United States start putting embargoes and tariffs and all that. This is exactly what happened with Venezuela and the United States. That's why the relationship just kind of cracked, because the Venezuela just switched up in the middle of the game on the United States. So just in case you guys have ever wondered what happened, why did the United States put all these tariffs and embargoes on Venezuela? That's what happened. That's what happened. Yep. Yeah, seriously. Yep. Absolutely correct. Yep. That's what happened. Absolutely correct. Yes, they had that crude, that thick, sluggish. Yeah. Almost like a tar, almost like a wet tar. I mean, yeah, almost like wet tar before it dries up. Their oil is like that, like really super thick. Yeah, and it's hard to refine. And so we had the ability to refine it at one point in time, and then Okay. You guys do realize one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing in the Middle East is because they have the oil that needs to be blended with the Venezuelan oil. Right now, under the Trump administration, we can't do a dang thing with the oil in Venezuela. Secondly, Trump made it seem like he stole 30 billion gallons of oil from Venezuela, right? I took it. We have it in reserves. No, we don't. It's still in Venezuela. It's Venezuelans' reserves that we have authority over. I'll say this again. He didn't have ships come and take 30 billion gallons. It's still in Venezuela, but we have, it's actually been like America has oil reserves. Venezuela has oil reserves. And so now we have authority over their reserves. But Trump made it seem like we just went in, Bogart, we took it, and now it's in the United States in somebody's basement, right? That's what he made it seem like. Like it's in the States and in somebody's basement. No, it's not. One of the things that we were able to do was to have authority over their oil reserves now. And so in order to process that thick Venezuelan oil, we need the oil from the spot in which we are actually at war with. And if we can get control of their oil and have the oil reserves of Venezuela and blend them together, the petrodollar, or the US dollar, in other words, will have the authority that it has had on a level that we couldn't even imagine. US will control everything once again. So we need that oil in the Middle East more than just of what's going on between the countries over there. We need it to make Venezuelans' oil any good. Without it, that oil might as well stay in the ground. I'm gonna say this again. Without that country's, I'm trying to be clean now like I'm on TikTok. Without that country's in the Middle East oil to blend with that thick tar Venezuelan oil, you might as well keep that Venezuela oil in the ground. It's no good. And most Americans are dancing in the streets talking about something. Yeah, we got Venezuela, the largest oil reserve. Don't matter. Don't matter. It's no good. That's why the Venezuelans ain't digging it up. You know who's been using Venezuela's oil because they know how to process it? China. They know how to use the oil and where does China get its oil from to process the Venezuelan oil? The country that we're going to battle with in the Middle East, right? So China has always been access to that particular country's oil, right? And they had always had access to Venezuela's oil. So that's why China was able to blend it, because they have access to both oils. We don't quite yet. We only have access right now to Venezuela's thick tar oil. And if we can't get the other oil, ain't no use of bragging about Venezuela. Well, okay, if that battle over there does not go in our favor in the way that we need it to, watch how quiet the administration gets about the Venezuelan oil. Watch, I promise you, watch how quiet they get over the next few years. You ain't gonna hear nothing about Venezuelan oil, us having all their oil reserves. You ain't gonna hear nothing. You know why? Because that thick tar oil that Venezuela has cannot be processed. Can't be processed. And that's why it's still in the ground. And not only that, just the machinery to get it out of the ground that hasn't been used since 2014. You're talking about we have to build all brand new drilling and everything in Brazil. I mean, in Venezuela. It's going to take us years. So all that bragging about we got the dude is it Venezuelan oil is just super thick. It's super thick. So just in case you guys are wondering why we are in the Middle East, there's a method to our madness, and it is not just to help the countries over there. It's to get that oil that we can blend with the Venezuelan oil. Just like China was coming to Venezuela and getting their oil. And then they were getting the other oil from the Middle East and blending it together, and they were good. And like I said, all this started with our relationship with Venezuela in World War II, where Venezuela was providing us with good quality oil to help us during that time period. And we had a great relationship during World War II and after that with Venezuela for years, man. Yeah. Thick like, we can't say that could be considered bullying on here. So let's go back to the video. I'm going to start it back to the beginning. Oh, no. Here's what we're going to do. Then I'm going to start the video back to the beginning. Let's do the screenshot real quick, because you guys didn't get a chance to see this before. We are going to walk through the steps in order for you to be able to get your, let me move this down. Let me add this right here. Add this to screen. Okay, I'm going to blow this up. Some of you guys saw this, some of you guys didn't. How to complete your Venezuelan visa. I'm going to drop the link. Shout out to all you guys in the building. Hey, because some of you guys let me know if the Pistons won, if the Pistons are winning, or if the Pistons won tonight. Let me know. Okay. Appreciate it. Okay, so here's the website, U.S. Embassy Caracas. That's Venezuela. This is that plane that we just looked at that was that picked up all the Venezuelans and brought some of them back to Venezuela over this past week. Remember, we're just looking at that flag. You would scroll down here, that link I just dropped. You will go to Venezuela right here. So now you're officially in the Venezuela Embassy website. You would scroll down to right here. Visas are required for U.S. citizens to travel to Venezuela. A lot of guys are not going to even go because they don't even realize this part yet. The visa is good for up to 1 year. So right here, we go to the website. I'm going to put it in English. All right. So we go to the website. Let me refresh it. There we go. Okay. So right here, and you would click the electronic visa. So I'm going to drop this link here. I'm going to drop 3 links tonight. Detroit won. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, brother. Oh my goodness. Yes, sir. Shout out to the Pistons. A thrashing, my friend. In other words, Detroit basketball. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And thank you for letting me know the score as well. Yes, I will take that score. We're going to run away with this series, man. All right. So we're here. You're going to click on electronic visa. As you can tell, I'm already registered. My email, my password. You need to register. So you click on the register. Now you're like, this is in Spanish, Dre. I don't get it. What I did, I just right click on my screen and I translated it to English. See how easy I did that? I right click on my screen and I went down here and I translated it to English. So the first thing they're going to ask you when you register, the cool thing about this when you register, if you don't finish your visa, my bad, gentlemen. My bad. I forgot to click over to the next page. Okay. So let's go back. I wanted to go back right here. Okay. So you guys didn't get a chance to see this. Once you click on the where it says electronic visa on the other page that I just sent you, you're going to get this. So let me send you the link to the second one. And then I'm going to send you the link to the one that we have on the screen right now. Give me a second. And this is going into the Patreon, by the way. So all you guys that are Patreon, this video clip section that we're looking at right now, I'm going to clip this section to put it in the Patreon on how to fill out your visa. And right here, let's go to this page here. I'm going to drop the link for this one. So if you guys notice, I've dropped 3 links for 3 different pages. All right, great. We're still looking good. Okay, yeah, this is very important. Absolutely correct. Muy importante. I'm glad you appreciate this. He said, pero no español. Es muy importante to hablar español, Andre. Muy importante to hablar o libre español. Obvio. Okay, so right here, I'm going to blow this up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm already registered. Once you guys register, you can go in and out. You do not have to fill your visa application out in one sitting. You don't have to do that. That's why they ask you to register, because you get a chance to just take your time filling out your application. So right here, as you can tell, it's in Espanol. But what I did is I right click on my screen and I refresh. It should be going back. It should go to English for me. Let me see. Let me try that again. There we go. Into English. All right. And, you know, even though I understood, I didn't have to translate it over. But I want you guys who don't know any Espanol that you can translate it over to English. So the first thing they're going to ask you to do is your user type. I am a foreigner. I am not, and you're a foreigner. You're not Venezuelan. Person type. I'm just a natural, everyday person. I'm not a business. I'm not a corporation. So it's natural. What country do you reside? Some of you guys have a residence, or you reside with your visa, retirement visa, or marriage visa in another country. What country do you reside? I reside in Colombia. Some of you guys reside with your visa in Panama or Brazil. Most of us reside in Canada, UK, or the United States. So it's going to ask you, what country do you reside? So you're going to scroll down. This is not necessarily in any true alphabetical order. I noticed that, as you can tell. You scroll down. You see Canada right here. You see Chile. You see Republic of Colombia. For me, I put Colombia because I'm a resident of Colombia. Even though when I filled out the passport part, my passport, and they're going to ask you what country you were born in, I put in the United States, and I posted my US passport, and they're going to ask you to send a screenshot photo of your face and your passport. So you're going to have to do that part as well. So get ready for that part when you get to that point. So I scroll down and I see Spain. I see France, Georgia. Did I pass up the United States already? Haiti? It wasn't this far down, I remember. State of Israel, state of Japan. United States wasn't this far down. I'm going to scroll back up. I think I may have passed up the United States. So let me scroll back up. Finland. Here we go, United States. I think it's like that because I have the screen so large. Let me drop it down one. Okay, cool. So the United States of America. And right here, identity, which you don't have to click on anything. That is for your passport. So you're going to put your passport right there. You're going to put your email here and confirm it, your password here and confirm it. And then you're going to push send. And so the next time you get ready to complete your visa, let's say you did half of your visa today and you want to go back in to complete the rest of it tomorrow. All you have to do is just click on log in. And of course, I have mine saved. Log in, put your password, and it'll automatically just get info, and it'll automatically take you in. Now, I'm not going to go in because it automatically pulls up, like we saw last time, it pulls up my personal information, which I don't want to be all over YouTube. So that video has been deleted. But once you go in, it goes directly to where you left off last. I want to say this again. If you are completing your visa for Venezuela and you get halfway through and you got something else you need to do, you could come back days later and it'll go right back to where you left off. So don't feel like I got to start all over again if I don't finish it in one sitting. It's not set up like that. It's set up because you're registered. It's almost like you have an account, and it is set up so you can start and stop at any point in time that you want to with your Venezuelan visa. He said, just set it up so that you have it on hand. Correct. He said, do it now while Dre is showing us. Be proactive, gents. Be proactive. Once again, I'm going to drop the link of what we're just looking at right now. This is the link. This is the actual link to this right here that I just sent you guys. And you just register. It is real simple, man. And once you get done, it'll let you know that, well, toward the end of tonight's video, you're going to see a brother explain. He got his approved. He's going to explain step by step what to do as well. I gave you some steps. He's going to give you some more steps. It's really simple. You get it approved within 3 days, so it's not hard to do. But I figured I'd talk about it right now during this section since they were talking about the flight and everything. But let's go back to the video. I'm going to remove this from the screen, add the video back to the screen.
Caracas, here we come. This is where we're going to be. Caracas, destination Caracas.
This history for us, it's important for Venezuela. I'm sure that we all are happy and with a lot of...
Just think about how many Venezuelans are going to go back speaking English now as well. Look how many Venezuelans now that left Venezuela are now fluent in English. That's going to have a great impact on the country also.
Hope for good things that are coming. You know, it's a mix of emotion. It's been 26 years.
Feliz viaje. All I know is I need to get to Venezuela before the passport bros do. Thank you, Trump.
He said, all I know is I need to get to Venezuela before the passport bros do.
I have people in all my comments asking if they should go to Venezuela. I'm like, do you guys not read the fucking news? Do you not know what's happening in Venezuela? Like, there's a massive exodus of women from Venezuela. There's famine, there's hunger in Venezuela. It's poor. It's really bad right now in Venezuela. And then on top of that, as an American, you have a target on your back because the American government right now is trying to overthrow the Venezuelan government. So
now, this guy here, many of us have seen him on social media. He's married to a Venezuelan. He's married to a Venezuelan. So we're going to hear from him throughout the night. But he's correct. Venezuela is still broke. The Venezuelan cash system and banking system is still shut down and in ruins. Venezuela does not have much food as it should have. The electrical grids are still trash. The Wi-Fi in certain areas is still trash. So even though, yes, you can get a visa and yes, you can fly to Venezuela, but I'm telling you, Venezuela is nothing but a huge Cuba when it comes to its infrastructure right now. It has areas that are really nice, but they have areas that are still a challenge that's taking place. So do remember that when you go to certain areas. Let's continue on and listen to what this brother has to say.
What do you think is going to happen to you as an American showing up in Venezuela with an American passport, you know, being like, I'm coming for the women, you know, being like they're going to throw you in jail in 2 seconds, right? And what really pisses me off is a lot of people who have been to like 150 countries and have been traveling for like 20 years, and they're like, yeah, man, I've been to Venezuela, it's fine. And it's just like, yeah, because you know, like I'm talking about guys who have never left the United States or have only been to Medellin. Do not go to Venezuela, especially if you don't speak Spanish. Like, why are you going to Venezuela?
All right, so listen, one of the most dangerous things you can do while traveling is simply this: falling in love with a local. You don't live there, because remember, you're just traveling. If you move there, that's different. Do your thing. But you don't live there. You don't know this person from a can of paint. You don't have friend of friends that know about this person. It's very easy to wear a mask for a week than it is if you've known someone for months. You know their environment, you know their city, you know some friends that knows that person that could tell you, yeah, that person's cool, is a good person, should be going to church all the time, and da-da-da-da-da. You just walking into a city blind. You don't know. You could have been approaching one of the, I don't want to say a bad word, but one of the worst people in the town, and you just don't know that. You're a visitor, you're on vacation, enjoy your vacation. Now, if you're going to move there, that's different. Take your time, get to know the lay of the land, get to know how things work around there. But, man, it's easy to paint a picture within a week. If I had, for the life of me, you know, if I was down super bad and I had to put on a different mask for a week or so, like when you go on a job interview, you put on the best version of yourself. You're not saying bad words. You don't want to paint yourself in a bad light. So what do? You're kind of acting. You're like, you know what I'm saying? You're giving them the best of you. You're being polite. You're showing like, yo, I'm the man for the job. It's the same thing when you go to these countries. They're like, oh, hold on. I got to put on the best version of myself. I need this guy to fall in love and save me. What do y'all think?
Increasingly, there are parts of the world today where having an American passport can get you disappeared. I'm Sean Williams, and I wrote this article for the spring issue of Playboy. Now, Lucas Hunter.
So my man said he wrote this for the spring issue of Playboy regarding Venezuela.
Didn't do anything wrong. He checked all the advisories, he steered clear of Venezuela. He was just in Colombia kite surfing, but that was enough to get him disappeared into Venezuela's system of prisons and gulags, including one giant place in the middle of Caracas that used to be a shopping mall. His family didn't even know where Lucas had been taken, and when they did find out, then began the huge race to get him out. That would take almost half a year. And the key moment came when the family ran an ad in the DC area featuring Lucas's great aunt. She told the president directly, please bring Lucas home. To find out what happened, read the story.
You don't have to go to Venezuela to date a Venezolana.
Once again, this guy is married to a Venezuelan. He's going to tell you where to go to truly meet masses of Venezuelan women. My brother says this. Shout out to Tim Howard in the building. Tim says this. He said, Pookie will think that it's Colombia. That's true. That is so true. And other Latin countries, and they'll visit and move like a fool. That is so true. Let's hear what this brother had to say about where you can find Venezuelan women to date if you were outside of Venezuela.
Lima, Peru has more than 1 million Venezuelans.
1 million in Lima. Just one city has 1 million Venezuelan women.
Santiago, there are 500,000.
500,000.
Bogota has 400,000. And other options are Santo Domingo, Panama City, or Asuncion, where I met my Venezuelan wife. Get my book, How to Find Your Latina Wife, link in bio. If you want to pick up a baddie Venezolana, obviously you should go to Caracas. When the whole situation simmers down in like 6 months.
He says give it at least 6 months. Give it at least 6 months. Shout out to T-Mac with the $10 love over on the Cash App, as well as our brother Tyler with the $10 love over on the Cash App. Appreciate both you gentlemen, as well as you guys that support over on PayPal this evening as well.
Exactly should you stay? My Venezuelan wife said that Mercedes, Altamira, and California are best to meet a girl for a one-night stand. Cacao for pay-for-play, La Carlita, Chacaito, Los Dos Caminos for girls that you want to actually have a relationship with.
I want to bring that back because he's talking about Caracas. So he's saying if you're going to go to Caracas, these areas is what his wife recommends.
Panama City, or Asuncion, where I met my Venezuelan wife. Get my book, How to Find Your Latina Wife, link in bio. If you want to pick up a baddie Venezolana, obviously you should go to Caracas. You know, when the whole situation simmers down in like 6 months. Where exactly should you stay? My Venezuelan wife said that Mercedes, Altamira, and California are best to meet a girl for a one-night stand. Cacao for pay-for-play, La Carlita, Chacaito, Los Dos Caminos for girls that you want to actually have a relationship with. Outside of Caracas, again, I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about in the future, so make sure to click favorite for when the country opens up. Maracaibo has the loosest women, according to my wife, the type of women who proposition a guy in front of his girlfriend. Maracay, Marida, Barquisimeto are tied for second with the easiest girls to pick up. Women in Margarita are more fun and outgoing than specifically being loose. You'll probably have your best time there. And if you're looking for a future wife, women in Apure are all looking for a husband, and they'll probably be the easiest for you to pick up. Women from Guyana City and Tachira are very religious and conservative. It'll be very hard to break into there, but they're very faithful. Women from Valencia are generally sweet and innocent, so guys only go there if you're looking for a good girl. Travel tip: if you are married to a Venezuelan, make sure to keep abreast of all of the updates when it comes to immigration laws, because we entered Paraguay on December 1st, no problem. We just tried entering Paraguay again from Bolivia, and apparently they instituted new visa rules on January 1st, so that was fun. We managed to talk our way through it. I'm not going to tell you how, but make sure to keep abreast of these rules if you're married to a Venezuelan.
And we went from making...
Before they go any further, before our next segment, I want you guys to think about what he said. One of the things that makes it a lot easier to travel with my Colombian wife, Andrea, is because Colombia is accepted in a lot of countries. Even when Colombia was open a few years ago to allow you to come to the UK, we, with no visa, we enjoyed it. We got a chance to enjoy it. A lot of people don't realize you can't fly Venezuelan chicks everywhere. Right now, just for right now, for the next few years probably, the Venezuelan visa doesn't translate like when you fly a Colombian chick or Dominican chick or even a Mexican chick to other countries. You guys are going to have to think about that when you're dating and you fall in love with a Venezuelan chick. You can't take her nowhere. I'm going to say this again. You like to travel. Her visa does not, her passport does not travel as easy as yours. A lot of countries, she got to fill out a visa form. She's got to wait for this, wait for that. You must take these things into consideration before you start taking a Venezuelan chick serious. Now, he just showed us that you do not have to go only to Venezuela. Like Will said, Lima, 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 one of the most beautiful cities and best foods in South America. And you got 1 million Venezuelans? So you ain't even got to think about going to Venezuela if you really want Venezuelans. And there are other countries that have a lot of Venezuelans. My point is, guys, I kid you not, do not take for granted the travel part. I met so many dudes that dated women that either can't travel because of their country's visa, or The woman does not want to travel at all. You are in love with her. Y'all have been a couple for 2 years. And you said, baby, let's fly to DR. And she doesn't want to go. I know a lot of you guys that have taken women. I know, I won't say a lot. I know of a lot. And I know a couple that I personally know, a couple dudes that I personally know. They married women from another country, brought her to the States, no issues with the marriage. Everything is going great. But when he says, babe, let's fly to, she doesn't want to go anywhere. I know at least 2 guys that I know personally that when they fly now, they travel solo because their wives are like, I'm in America, I'm never leaving. We can travel wherever you want to in America. But while I'm never leaving America again. And you met her during travel. And she said she's never leaving. So you're going to have to take those things into consideration when y'all call yourself falling in love with women from other countries and then bring them back to the States. Because your little travel trip, your little travel excursions that you're used to might come to an end because she doesn't want to go anywhere. Let me scroll back up to what my brother said. My brother said this. Shout out to Gabriel being in the building. He says this. He said, I have a high school friend who visited Venezuela just a few years ago that was captured by Venezuelan authorities for promoting tourism via their social media. It took 3 months for him to be released. Y'all going to Venezuela, putting out them cameras like it's cool. Well, I'm gonna get all these views from being in Venezuela. Any true travel content creator knows this. I'm gonna give y'all a tip. Some of you guys already know this. Some of you guys are new to content creating when it comes to the travel content creating. Everybody that's in the travel content creating game should know this. Never post videos while you are still in that country. You see Check in Effect in London, he's really in Italy. You see Ace Live in Mexico, he's really in Thailand. They just so happen to drop those videos and you actually think they're right then and there. But nobody really drops the videos while they're in that country. If you ever notice, most travel content creators don't do too many live streams, do they? Check in Effect does not go live a lot, does it? What about Ace? I Am Marwa. You know why they don't? Because most content creators, black or white, that are in this travel space do not want any issues if it's with a government or any issues with people or anything. It could be people from that community that just doesn't like what that travel content creator had to say. So every blue moon they go live. But they drop their content after they've left the country. So when I hear of people that's gotten caught up in a country and we're doing social media, that's because they were dropping content or doing live streams in that country while they were in that country. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Zeta says this. He said, anyone remember the woman who played? No, I think I remember that. And she played by actress Patricia Velasquez. She's Venezuelan. Beautiful women. Shout out to Your Rent is Due 22 is in the building. Yeah, so make sure that you guys take in consideration that her visa might not be able to do. Well, her passport might not be able to do what your passport can do. You got to think about that, guys. Yep, know the country rules and laws, including the unspoken rules in the country you're heading to. Absolutely correct. He says the Venezuelan embassy open. No, me and Will were talking about that earlier. No, it's not open yet. Not even in the United States. Everything is online right now for the U.S. embassy and the Venezuelan embassy. That's why I was dropping you guys the links earlier. And I'm going to drop that Venezuelan embassy is VN. Right now, I'm going to bring it back on screen for the guys that weren't here earlier. Let me pull this back up. Let me pull this down and bring this back up real quick. So right here, I'm going to drop the link once again. It is vn.usembassy.gov. That's all that they have for right now. vn.usembassy.gov. And so when you go here, that'll take you to the right here. This is where you're going to click on to get you your visa. So visa application is going to take you directly to this second page. And right here, you click on this. And then it's going to take you directly to the third page right here. So I've dropped the link to all three of them for you guys already tonight. And then you're going to register right here. This little blue area. All right. So let me pull this back down. Bring the
to Venezuela.
And we went from making thousands of dollars a month to making 100.
I think your parents owned a gas station. Can you walk me through what you witnessed in Venezuela through your parents' perspective?
Now, this was an interview with him, this gentleman here, like 2010, 2011. His parents was balling out of control in Venezuela. Everything was great. The oil money was flowing. And then, like he said, they went from making thousands to hundreds a month.
You know, it was a British Petroleum gas station, BP. So we stopped being a BP gas station and we became a United Venezuelan Petroleum gas station.
Now, remember I mentioned that earlier. I'll say this again. Remember I mentioned earlier that at one point in time, the U.S. corporations during World War II and beyond and the Venezuelan corporations during World War II and beyond were working together. The governments were cool with each other. And then, just like he just said, Venezuela flipped the game on the United States when it came to using Venezuela's oil. They turned everything from the corporations and fair prices. Venezuela got greedy, changed it over to government running the oil industry. No more BP. It's Venezuela running it. And they changed the prices on America. That's when America started putting the embargoes and the tariffs and the sanctions on Venezuela. 2013, 2014, 2015. Because they took it out of the hand of the corporations working with corporations. And they made it like America's corporations had to go through Venezuelan governments to get to the oil. And that's how all of this fell apart for Venezuela.
Country owns it.
Yeah, exactly. We essentially became employees. We lived off of a subsidy for the managers of the gas station. We were a family that had 2 cars, that lived in our own apartment that we owned, and we had our own business. And then we went from that to not having water.
It also takes a lot of guts to start something entrepreneurial in Venezuela back in the day. How did they witness the country change during that quick span?
They were always against the regime. I've asked this to my parents and they never thought it would get this bad. They opposed Chavez and they thought, yes, he's a socialist, he's in the pocket of Cuba, all this, but no way 9 million people are going to flee the country.
A lot of people don't talk about the refugees from Venezuela. That refugee crisis is the only one which is not caused by a war.
That's right. Venezuelans are fleeing socialism And Ukrainians are fleeing a war, Syrians are fleeing a war, Afghans are fleeing a war. In Venezuela, there is no ethnic, religious conflict. There is no use of chemical weapons. The only thing that happened in Venezuela was that we implemented socialism, and suddenly we have the largest peacetime refugee crisis in human history.
And when he says in human history, he's not lying. The average inflation rate for the average country goes up or down 2 to 3%. That's average, right? Inflation is inflation. Even I was coming to Colombia when this was going on. In Venezuela, their inflation rate, and I remember reading articles on it, 2016, 2018, 19, 17, 2020, their inflation rate in world history, 13,000% inflation rate. Not 2%, not 10%, 13,000. When I came to Colombia, and for some of you guys, you might remember this, you would have homeless Venezuelans with duffel bags of Venezuelan money trying to sell their money for pennies on the dollars. I'm talking, dude, I got Venezuelan money in here. For pennies on the dollar. They'll be out there and they'll sell you just a big stack of Venezuelan. We're talking about you give them like 10,000 Colombian pesos, 5,000 Colombian pesos, 4,000. We're talking about 80. They give you a stack of money like this. You might give them 84 cents. You might give them, you feel, because you see the family out there, you give them 20,000 Colombian pesos. That's $5. You might give them $5 and they give you stacks of money. You went to the beaches in Cartagena. You had Venezuelans making all type of toy puppets and all type of things and birds out of Venezuelan money. I remember one dude made a suit for me. He said, watch this. I'm going to take this Venezuelan dollar and I'm going to make a suit with a tie. And he made a suit with a tie, a little itty bitty suit with a tie out of a Venezuelan dollar. At that time period, you could take a bag, and I've seen this. I saw a white boy do this. It was a white dude took a backpack. You would have thought he robbed a bank. He was in Venezuela. This is when it first started popping off. And he took a backpack full of Venezuelan money. And in Venezuela, just like during COVID, you had your certain days where you could go to the store. You couldn't just go to the store any day. Just like with COVID in Colombia. It had to go with your cellular number, your ID number, last digits, whether it was odds or even. And if in Venezuela, if your day was on a Wednesday and you miss Wednesday, you got to wait till that next Wednesday to come to the grocery store. So this white dude who was a journalist he showed you all the money that he had on the table. He put it into a backpack. He went to the store with a backpack full of Venezuelan dollars. He got a small bag of rice and a chicken. And I'm talking about a small chicken. That was it. That was all that duffel bag, that backpack full of money could get him. Let's go back to the video. That's how dude, I was hearing rumors, I kid you not, and I've heard this one a couple times, that it was so bad that they were eating the animals in the zoo. People were breaking into the zoo to eat the animals, bruh. Now, that could have been urban legend, or it could have been true. They said when your bike break down, people were leaving their bikes on the side of the road because it was too expensive to go to a mechanic. I remember how bad the Wi-Fi was. I've seen videos on this plenty of times. One video I saw off the freeway, it was like 100 cars lined up on the side of the freeway in Venezuela. And you're wondering, like, what happened? What's going on? off the freeway was a giant company. I don't know what it manufactured or whatever it was. That company was one of the few areas in that major city that had Wi-Fi. People were parking off the freeway next to the company just to have Wi-Fi, to call their families, to talk to their friends, to see what was going on. Because if you weren't near that family, if they weren't near that factory and they pulled off, they didn't know where their Wi-Fi was going to be for the rest of the week, months. You didn't know. So you had cars lying. I saw this. I saw the headlines and the videos of this. Cars lined all the way up on the side of the freeway. Everybody using the Wi-Fi of this one company. I kid you not. Let's go back to the video.
Why do you think the media doesn't talk about it, though?
Well, I mean, the media is so biased to the left. They can't even say that what happened in Venezuela is socialism. They say it's corruption. People don't flee from corruption. People flee from deep starvation. And deep starvation only happens under socialist regimes.
So we talked about your first week when you come back. What about the next 5 years? What's your vision for the next 5 years of Venezuela?
Well, I will be with my family united and my loved ones in a free country. And I will tell you something, Venezuela will be the envy of the world. They would look and say, how did you do that? How did you turn a country in ruins into a beacon of hope, of prosperity, of security? I know many people feared that the destruction and devastation have been so huge in our institutions, in our infrastructure, in our resources, in our families, in our soul. But believe me, this has brought a country united as never before. We turned down the barriers the regime had built.
Now, of course, for those that don't know, this is the current president that Trump put in office in Venezuela.
To divide us for racial or ideological or social issues. And the country's united around values, human dignity, justice, responsibility, solidarity, freedom, and love. And these,
I said the same thing, Esco. I say, when I saw her, I was like, she could have played the Joker without any makeup.
So this urge, this need to bring our children back home. So Venezuela will turn into a country of prosperity that will be a living example of what citizens organize with their, will and genius to turn into a great nation that will also be a recipient of citizens that come all over the world because they want to invest, to create, to live their dreams in a land of grace.
Alessandra.
Bea.
And where are you from? Venezuela. What is the best thing about dating in Venezuela and what is the worst?
Before she answers the question, what is the best thing about dating a Venezuelan and what is the worst? I want to drop the links once again. If you want to fill out for your visa, you will go to these links right here to complete your Colombian visa. I want to pull this down. I want to show you guys something real quick. On the screen, move me out of the way, move that out of the way. And it says this. I'm going to blow this up just a little bit more. It says this. The International Monetary Fund projected in early 2018 that the Venezuelan inflation rate hit 13,000% that year. This forecast was part of the major hyperinflationary crisis that the actual inflation rate far exceeded the estimate of 13,000, in other words, with some reports indicating the annual inflation exceeded 130 to even 1 million% inflation rate in 2018. So when I mentioned that, Yes. 13,000% was quickly surpassed, with some estimates saying that in 2018 Venezuelan inflation rate, world history, no country has ever done this, 130,060% inflation rate. While inflation remains extremely high, it begins to slow down by 2024. It took that long for it to start to slow down. And then there are articles right here in regards to the inflation rate, 13,000%, so forth and so forth. So when I say it, guys, I kid you not, y'all know I'm gonna come with some receipts. He said Venezuelan pride is on a different level. Many women won't let something go. Yep. Usually Colombian women will let things go, let it go and find common ground. Venezuelan women will hold out on things. So if you guys are talking about, I want me a woman that's going to give me peace, Venezuela is not the one. Is actually the currency right now is the dollar. Absolutely correct. Their currency was so bad that they did start using the dollar like Ecuador does and like Costa Rica does. But I just want to let you guys see that. Let me remove this and bring this back. She was asking the question on what it's like to date a Venezuelan.
I would say that guys, they are into details so much, and from the beginning they treat you like, oh my love, like it's so normal somebody to call you mi amor, you're so beautiful, things like that. Like they treat a woman really well from the beginning. The bad thing, they're cheaters too.
Now, mind you, she's talking about what the guys do. That's not the question that she asked. She asked what it's like to date a Venezuelan woman. That's what she wanted to know. But she started talking about the men being cheaters.
For that reason, we tend to be jealous.
It's very common to be with a Venezuelan guy and the guy be looking at another girl passing by, They move on very quickly on things, but they can also move out very quickly as well.
What should people then know about dating Venezuelan women?
We like to be treated well, like very well. Spoiled.
We like doors to be open. We like compliments, thoughtful things.
Is there something that you do kind of in return?
We really love to spoil our man. Cooking for him, like that's something we do with pleasure.
I think we're naturally caring and nurturing women.
Since you Dominican and Venezuelan, what's the best part about dating a Dominican/Venezuelan female?
We'll treat you right. Yep.
Like by doing what?
We cook, we clean, we cater. We're very good women.
You know, I often get asked why I married a Venezuelan, and here's the truth. Venezuela has a secret weapon. It's their women. Yes, Venezuelan women are beautiful. That part is obvious. But beauty, in my opinion, is the least interesting thing about them. They are tough, they are intelligent, and they are kind. I
don't care what he said. The first word, that's all I heard. They are tough. The intelligence part, I didn't hear him. They are kind. I didn't hear it. All I heard him say was, they are tough. I'm going to bring that back, let you guys hear what he just said.
They're women. Yes, Venezuelan women are beautiful. That part is obvious. But beauty, in my opinion, is the least interesting thing about them. They are tough, they are intelligent, and they are kind. I'm a gringo married to a Venezuelan. I should know. Venezuelan women share a lived experience that shapes them into who they are. I think it gives them a deep sense of empathy, a sharp sense of humor, and an almost chameleon-like ability to adapt wherever life drops them. Ask anyone who has a Venezuelan woman in their life, they'll tell you the same thing. They have the X factor. As friends, they're loyal, generous, and fiercely present. As partners, they're loving, self-aware.
Like he just said, all I heard was fiercely present. They are fiercely present.
And protective. And as mothers, they're capable, emotionally intelligent, and absolutely no nonsense. Ask anyone who was raised by one. On the world stage, Venezuelan women are often reduced to their physical beauty, and yes, That part is real. They are gorgeous, but don't stop there. Don't reduce them to surface level traits, because Venezolanas, they are the full package. Strength, warmth, resilience, and heart. Treat them with respect and loyalty, and they'll give you everything they got. Do them wrong, and you're liable to end up in a knife fight.
So this is what y'all trying to go to, huh? So the man just said, you do them wrong. T-Mac just said, hey, my girl never got over it. Her friend, as if it was T-Mac's fault that her friend knew English. As if, okay, so if T-Mac would have spoke to her friend in Spanish, it would have been fine. But since her friend wanted to practice her English with T-Mac, because she probably didn't get a chance to use fluent English on a regular basis, his girl didn't get mad at the friend. T-Mac said she got mad at me and never got over it. And it wasn't like he was trying to holler. This man just said tough, fierce, knife fight. For some of you dudes, when I say some, y'all like them like that. I like my woman tough, feisty. Bruh, I did not get on a plane and fly from another country. And I don't care what country. I am not looking for a woman that's tough, feisty, and knife fight. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all cannot convince me that Venezuelan women are so fine, so sexy, so freaky, so passionate that it is worth tough, feisty, knife fight. And you gonna marry it. Just so you got bragging right. Yeah, okay, have fun with that. It's some things that, yeah. Some cultures are good for recreation, and that may be it. He said, we'll say pump that. He said, I ain't getting stabbed for real. He just said it. And he's trying to sell the good qualities of Venezuelans. Could you imagine what he would say if he was mad? If he was upset? Zeta said those Venezuelan chicas will have been identified, will have to be identified in the morgue. I'll have you identified in the morgue. For real, seriously, man. T-Mac says also this. He says she actually got pissed. Oh, she did get mad at her friend. The friend was a guest who I allowed her to invite to my place for her birthday. She let she. Well, I'm about to say something about your girl, T-Mac. My bad. It almost fell out. Okay, let me put it like this. No, she didn't. She left her friend who was a stranger and never came back. And the wise man within T-Mac said, I let her go. I do not blame you, brother. A knife fight. This man is bragging about Venezuelan women. And the best that he can say is tough, feisty, knife fight. Yeah, y'all gonna have, whenever I see y'all talk about y'all Venezuelan women, y'all not flexing on me. I'm gonna tell you that now. Give me the Colombiana all day long. Tough, feisty, knife fight. Yeah, give me the Filipina. Alex, let me get the one from Thailand for 500. 500, Alex. No, bro. I ain't about to go through all that. I didn't fly all the way to another country. I did not apply for a visa, get into the country, and I got to deal with some of the most beautiful, gorgeous, sexy women in the world. However, tough, feisty, knife. They say a lot of stuff about Colombian women. A lot of stuff. But they do not describe the average Colombia women, I say the average. I ain't talking about them bottom feeders that be drugging y'all. They do not say the average Colombian woman is tough, feisty, knife fight. Most of us ain't gave that description to the Colombianas. Will said Venezuelan women are very, you want to hear some of that tonight, very possessive and want to go everywhere with, bruh, Will is not lying. You about to hear some of that tonight. Now, Will said it. So when you hear this Venezuelan women say it now, you gonna know Will ain't lying. He is not exaggerating. I'll say this again. All you dudes that think your women are, you think Colombian women are clingy or DR women are clingy, go ahead and get you one of them Venezuelans. Go and get you a Venezuela, bro. You can barely go use the bathroom by yourself. And I'm not just talking about what Will just said. Let me continue on with the video. If you think Will playing, okay.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
You've been warned. Ciao.
Say you've been
Okay, so what is it to be married to a Venezuelan? Tell
It's
my
terrible. Y'all are weird. Y'all call. All right, so if you're Spanish speaking, we call them bananas or plátanos. They say cambur. What the hell is that? 1, 2. They eat cheese with pancakes.
Hey.
What?
Bruh, what is this? What is this? Cheese with pancakes? What? I had to pull up a photo. What in the white people menu are we looking at? What in the white people in the United States menu are we looking at? Now, I do know that they make stuff for arepas. They make stuff for arepas in Cuba too. Oh man, they got some good. Oh my goodness. Y'all making me have a flashback. Cuban arepas. Oh my goodness, they're so good. But the cheese with the pancakes? I don't think I can do it. I'm already dealing with the Colombians with the cheese and the coffee. Let's continue on.
What the hell is that?
Best thing you'll try in your life.
3. I think this goes for all Latinas, but they got attitudes. Like, it's crazy. Like, you can't even breathe the wrong way. Sometimes she'll be like, you're breathing too loud. Like, that.
His wife told him he is breathing too loud. So this is what y'all want. Just so y'all can have y'all somebody sexy to brag about on your arm. You want a woman that might cut you because you breathing too loud. Yeah, you have fun with that.
Yeah, let me die then.
And tell them when we go to a party of my family.
Oh, bro, that is the worst. If you ever go to a Venezuelan party, all right, 2 things. 1, their birthday song, bro, you're going to think it's finished like 3 times. You're going to be like, esta noche tan precioso. And then it's just like 3 verses. You're like, when is this going to end? You're like, it's too long. Tapón, tapón. Also, if you ever go to a Venezuelan party, eat before you go. Why? Because there's no food.
No.
They wait till the whole party shows up to start cooking.
No. Oh, heck, bruh. Colombians gonna have that food ready for you. You gonna have them. It's gonna be food. Wait, the snacks. The ladies gonna still be in the kitchen cooking the whole time. Everybody eat. What? What? He said you better eat before you better eat before you leave, because they don't start the cooking until you get there. He said, Dre, he said, if you never sold Cali this video, did it? I know, Kofa. Oh my goodness. Right, like Della Reese, that That's Venezuelan women got that Della Reese mindset in Harlem Night. That's a good way of comparing them. Let's continue on, gentlemen.
What?
Chipotle Jersey.
What? No, sir. You know, I'm Mexican. So us Mexicans, you show up to the party and all the food's already made. You got las tias, las doñas serving you food. You eat, man, you on your way. Venezuelans.
What about we're so punctual? We get there at the time we say.
Huh?
We get, when you say 5 o'clock, we're there at 5 o'clock.
Huh? What do you mean? No, you're not.
I was just being sarcastic.
Oh, hell no.
Anyways, that's what's to be married to me. A perfect marriage.
She also.
I did not know that, T-Mac. I did not know that she was raised in Venezuela. Did you guys know that? I did not know she was raised in Venezuela. That is trivia for you. Shout out to DJ, my brother, here in Cali. He say, nah. He say, I can't wait. Sounds like by the time the food is ready, the party is over. 1993, from Ecuador, but was raised in Venezuela. I did not know that. That explains a lot of why she cut my man thing off. Will, that explains a lot. Let's continue on.
Pronounce his words wrong.
Bro, that's messed up.
And when you start a relationship with guys here.
Okay, this young lady is going to confirm what Will said earlier about if you with a Venezuelan woman, they're like a pet wolf. You got to take them everywhere. I remember Mike Tyson said about his tiger. Somebody asked him, did you really sleep with the tiger? He said, you have to. He said, did you take the tiger everywhere? He said, you have to. He said, if I did not take that tiger everywhere I went, he said, unless it was caged, he said, dude, tigers are so, they get clingy if they got somebody because they're not they're what term am I used to? They're used to being alone. They're used to traveling alone, right? So when they find somebody that they cling to, they cling. He said, man, I would get myself killed if I didn't take my tiger with me all the time. I heard a white guy who owns a wolf, like a real wolf from Alaska. He said, you do not go to the store and leave your wolf at home. He said, you gonna walk in that door and you're gonna be attacked. You cannot leave a wolf alone. You got to take a wolf everywhere you go. He said, that's how they are. You want a pet wolf, as big as they are, you got to follow their rules. If you don't, when you walk home, you ain't leaving that house again, not alive. So it is with the Venezuelan women. This woman confirms everything that Will said. You have to take a Venezuelan woman everywhere you go. Ain't no going with your boys. Ain't no me and my dude just flew in. You know how when you guys fly into Cali and we all hang out? Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. You ain't what? Clubbing without her. She don't go with her girls without you, and you don't go with your dudes without her. Yeah, tigers are loners. Yep, but it's close. When they're close to someone, they are extremely clingy. Yep, everywhere you go. A lot of guys don't realize that with pet wolves. They got to go everywhere. He say, okay, but a lot of Latinos are like, no. Andrea is the exact opposite. Andrea loves space. We love being around each other, but then we love giving each other space. We love being married, but then we love she's in one room and I'm in the other room. My wife is not far from clingy. She doesn't like that at all, and neither do I. He said, but it sounds like Venezuelan women can be extreme. And I think that's what it is, Bobby. Because I've heard guys say that about Colombian women. Man, I ain't like her, man. She was clingy. But then when you get with a Venezuelan woman, you start to realize what real clinginess is. T-Mac says this. Let me scroll back up. See what T-Mac. Hey, T-Mac, let me know what it was she tossed to the grass. You said she tossed something to the grass. Let me know what it was that she tossed to the grass. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what the guy said. He said the reason why you got to take the wolf everywhere because they have that pack mentality. Absolutely correct. Oh, she did her husband's stuff? Ooh. Oh, yeah, she did. Lorena Bobbitt. When she cut my man's stuff off, she threw it out the window. That's right. And she was raised in Venezuela. Oh, dang. Seems like it. Let's listen to what she has to say. Will says that she was driving down the highway and threw his penis out the window. Yep, she did. Being raised as a Venezuelan. I did not know that.
It's so much different. Like the way they treat you, the things they do for you, how they move around with friends or whatever. You will see relationships of Venezuelans that have relationship here, and you will see that the guy will never go to a party without his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Never.
In Venezuela.
If I'm not going, you're not going.
You're not
Okay.
going.
It's not a discussion. Yeah.
It's not a discussion. You know
You do
it.
that, guys?
Yeah, and that's how it is for us. Like in Venezuela, you want to go to the club and I stay home? No, it's not happening.
Because you're toxic.
So
You're toxic.
so
No.
how-
In Trinidad, it's different.
How did you adjust to that here?
Actually, it took me a little. It took me a while to understand.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while to understand many things. I still learning.
You haven't adjusted.
I don't know if I like it 100%.
Now let's take a look at Venezuela and off the islands off the coast, like Curacao and a lot of other locations. Venezuela, I'm gonna show you some of the areas that you can go to right now that are beautiful. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to Zero, man. I was just thinking about you today. Shout out to my brother Zero. He said I had a few of them misunderstand me, but they got mad anyway and would not let it go. She may have been mixed with Venezuelan and Trinidad. Her accent, I caught that accent too. I caught that accent with the young lady that was just talking. I caught her accent too, the island accent. So let's look at a little bit of Venezuela that you can actually enjoy, because I'm telling you, their coast, I won't lie, their coast put Cartagena to shame, bruh. That water and that white beach. Me and Andrea have been there. We've been to Curacao Island off the coast of Venezuela. And I'm telling you, it is beautiful off the coast of Venezuela. That water looks just like that, bruh. That's not color enhancement. It looks just like that. It reminds you of that Cancun, Playa type of beautiful Mexican coast. Yep.
Travelers, prepare for an unforgettable all-inclusive island getaway in one of the Caribbean's best-kept secrets.
Now, Margarita is an island off the coast of Venezuela.
Packages launch January 16th, 2026. Direct flights every Tuesday and Sunday from Trinidad to Margarita Island. Departs Trinidad at 2 p.m. Return from Margarita Island at 12 p.m. Choose from our budget-friendly escapes to premium 5-star luxury resorts, tailored to every travel style. Expect sun, sea, relaxation, and exceptional value, and true island indulgence in one destination. Submit your request now and be among the first to secure your 2026 Margarita Island escape. WhatsApp or call 273-4570 or 295-2179.
No, it's not as expensive as the States. I can say that.
Esta es la cuarta playa más linda de todo el mundo y está en Venezuela.
That's how the coast really looks. Just like that. I kid you not, it's some of the most beautiful water I have ever seen. Beautiful white sand beaches I have ever seen.
Te presento Cayo Agua, una paradisíaca y deshabitada isla perdida en el Caribe venezolano. Ubicada en el archipiélago Los Roques, un conjunto de islas encantadoras con aguas cristalinas a solo 30 minutos de Caracas en avión. Este cayo está dividido por el océano en dos y solamente lo separa esa estrecha franja de tierra, por donde es posible caminar a través de bancos de arena y explorar las maravillas naturales de este paraíso de arena suave y aguas azules turquesas. Aquí no hay nada más que playas hermosas y un nacimiento de agua dulce, haciendo de este pequeño Edén un pedacito de cielo en el Caribe. Aquí no hay forma de hospedarse, la única forma de visitarlo es en un tour de día completo. Desde el Gran Roque, donde sí hay hoteles para hospedarse, nosotros nos quedamos en Posada Galápagos. ¿Y tú sabías que Venezuela guarda una de las playas más lindas de todo el mundo?
¿Pagarías $125 para quedarte en estas villas con piscina frente al mar, con todo incluido? Ubicado en Río Caribe, Estado Sucre, el Hotel Villas Playa de Uva cuenta con diversos tipos de habitaciones que van desde los $100 por persona y por noche en adelante, incluyendo la estadía, las 3 comidas de la mano de un chef que te explicará la preparación de cada plato y te garantizará tener una verdadera experiencia gastronómica, además de las bebidas alcohólicas nacionales. El hotel tiene acceso directo a Playa de Uva y las playas Nibaldito y Chaguarama de Loera, haciendo una pequeña caminata de 10 minutos por unos senderos boscosos bien marcados. Si aún quieres mejores precios, consigue un grupo de 4 personas y tendrás un 20% de descuento en cualquiera de sus habitaciones. Y si no tienes carro para llegar, te pueden gestionar por un costo adicional tu traslado desde el aeropuerto de Cumaná ida por Moca. Después de ver estas imágenes y haber escuchado esta información,
cuando pueda volver quisiera llevarte a Los Roques. Mami, yo tengo un pana que no va a cuadrar el bote, que conozca mi mar, su cielo y todos sus colores. Quiero caerte a besos, besos y bailar toda la noche.
Jump out of the routine and grab one of these. Life is short and it is only one. Imagine a little trip where you have a cabin next to a river, horses,
so
pure
much to do
nature,
there.
and you take this route. The first stop is a famous place in the lands of Jalisco known as Taberna. Here is where they cook alba by the pencas de maguey and do the complete process to make the famous distillate. The chat can never be missed. Here you can get very good tequila at a very good price. You have the option of quads, racers, or even horses if you want to live.
And a lot of these places are right off the coast of Caracas. So it's not, you don't have to go deep into Venezuela. That's what my point is.
The most natural experience, they already have a layout. The route so that at any time of year you arrive, you have the best time, dust and even rain. Here you come to get a lot dirty. I recommend bringing special clothes. Here the novel Distilling Love was recorded. Here was La Gaviota. The views are incredible. On the way back, they take you to the water dam while you walk through agave fields. They leave you at the door of your cabin. This cabin is for 8 people, 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Fully equipped kitchen and internet, air conditioning, balcony with river view and 2 levels, pool, restaurant and security, another unlocked place.
All right. For $760, you get you and your man, meaning for the ladies, round trip flight. I don't know where that's from. Unlimited food and drinks. 4 nights. All-inclusive resort? Wow. That must be from another island, but even just to get that, that's not bad.
I got one question for y'all.
Have y'all ever went out of town and as soon as
Man, y'all would love Curacao, I swear.
you got to the resort and you knew you picked the right one? Well, this was definitely one of those moments. We stayed at this place called the Zoetry Curacao Resort and Spa. It was 10 minutes away from the airport and 15 minutes away from the city center of Williamston. One thing we really loved about it was that we also had access to their sister property called James Resort and Spa, which had a beautiful infinity pool. The property was amazing, and we really loved the dinner on the pier. Make sure y'all check them out.
All right, you know I had to throw in my recordings of Curacao. Shout out to class 6.5, class 7, class 7.5 with Theos and the Terraform classes. So this is Curacao, our first day when we first got there. It's beautiful. That's beautiful. Nice island. This was in November. This was past November. Not too hot. This was the city square. You see your girl Andrea walking down the street. Yep, that's where we got our fragrances made. Yep, we got our personal colognes made there. Oh yeah. Just beautiful. Catamaran yachts out there. We had a good time. This little Curacao, this island that we were on right here is a hour and a half drive, an hour and a half boat ride to get to this island, but it was so worth it. So you're in Curacao, right off the coast of Venezuela. You can actually see Venezuela from the island. And then there's a little smaller island, which is this one right here. And you just pay for it and you go there all day. They got the food, they feed you throughout the day, they got the drinks. I mean, you are just having a good time, man. It's all inclusive. So they got all the drinks that you want. I mean, it was really good. In other words, you don't have to go into the heart of Venezuela to enjoy Venezuela. This is where I'm trying to go to in Venezuela. The world's tallest waterfall in their national park. And that's near the Caracas area. We flew directly to Curacao Island. We flew directly from from Cali to Panama, from Panama to Curacao Island. And all it was like from Cali to Panama was 45 minutes. Panama is right over Cali. So it's like, bam. And the flight to Curacao was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So it was really fast. It was like boom, boom, and we were there. and Curacao is like really close to Aruba. The cool thing about the Venezuelan islands, or those islands that are in that area, they don't have hurricane season. So where when you're dealing with the Bahamas or Jamaica or Haiti or DR, they have hurricane season, right? Over here off the coast of Venezuela, there is no hurricane season. So you could go to those areas year round and you don't have to worry about that there's going to be a hurricane or tropical storm come through there. Really, really nice, man. Yep. Yeah, last November day. Yep. So I got a lot of footage that I need to be dropping over on the other channels as well as on the Patreon. And we got, like Will was saying, we got custom cologne made over there. So Andre got a custom perfume made. I got a custom cologne. I've always wanted to go and make a custom cologne. And they have some place over there called the Cologne Factory. The funny part is they got custom cologne shops and factories in Colombia as well, where you can go to and get custom cologne made for you in Colombia. They're all over Colombia. But a lot of us too busy, going after the ladies. Do you see any passports? We know what? We didn't. Where we were, or when we were there, it was mainly white people. We saw some brothers and actually we did see some brothers and sisters there from the States. We did. Curacao is a Dutch-ran island. And we did see some brothers and sisters there from the States and from around the world. We met this one couple that we interviewed that were from, I believe, Holland. They were from Holland, and we stopped them and we interviewed them, the whole family, the uncle, the kids, the mother, the daughter. We interviewed everybody. And we were like, man, there's a lot of y'all down here. How do y'all find out about? I mean, because y'all up in Europe, like in Upper Europe, and Curacao is over here off the coast of Venezuela. How did y'all find out about over here? And they were like, well, since it's a Dutch-ran province, the island, they run commercials and advertisements and show videos up in the Nordic countries. So that's why there's so many people that were there from Sweden, Switzerland, Austria. And we were like, how do y'all find? And that's how they find out. They run commercials like, hey, go visit Curacao Island. It's one of our islands. And it was nice, man. It was really nice. So I got a lot of, and cruise ships go there. Colombia has a cruise. I think it's from Cartagena to Panama to Aruba to Curacao and back. Either it's Cartagena or Barranquilla. It's either Barranquilla or Cartagena, but there's a cruise ship that leaves Colombia and goes to Panama. And then from Panama, it goes to Aruba. From Aruba, it goes to Curacao. And from Curacao, it goes back here to Colombia. Yep. He said, I have a permanent residence in Aruba. Yeah, Aruba is nice. He said, I have permanent residence in Medellin. Shout out to you. You're doing big things, brother. Big things, best life. Shout out to you, brother. Right, absolutely correct. Because it's the ABC Islands. This is the B. Aruba is the A. Curacao is the C. So it's called the ABC Islands. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Custom perfumes. How you guys do that? Let me pull it up for you real quick if you don't mind, guys. Let me take a few seconds out. Show you guys. Right here, 2025, November. And scroll. And let me let you guys see. Let me go up. And we're getting close to it. Close to it. Let's see. Okay, I must have passed it up. Give me a second, gentlemen. Yeah, that's what I did. Let me scroll back up. We had a good time too. Let me see. I don't see the video. I see the. Oh, that's 2024. I'm looking for 2025. That's what it was. I was looking at 2025. Give me a second. I was looking at 2024. Here we go. Let me pause this. Let me see if I can find the video. Let me get the right one. And it was fun, man. It was, I don't want to lie, man. I was like a kid in the candy store being able to make my own fragrances. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Give me a second. Thank you for your patience, gentlemen. Try to make sure I get the correct video up to share with you guys. It was really, really nice, man. Let me close some of these windows out. Okay, once that video starts, we'll come back to it. This is where I'm trying to go. National Park there. This is Curacao area. Just in case you guys have never seen it, this is all Curacao.
So I'm just kind of going up and down my timeline and watching all the discourse surrounding Venezuela, who's celebrating, who's not celebrating the capture of these people's president and their first lady. It's reminding me of my 2 trips to Cuba in support of the Cuban people. I'd heard some things about Cuba based off American propaganda, you know, and when I got there, first of all, I was very shocked to see how black it was. I remember learning about the difference between Afro-Cubans and the white Cubans that made their way or had the wealth to come to America to start a new life, that don't want the Afro-Cubans that are still there to come over here. I learned a lot. I had no clue. So I say that to say that with all of this going on, I'm paying attention to what the Afro-Venezuelans are saying. Just like in America, we have our different levels of class, different levels of racism. They have the same thing. So while one person might appear to be celebrating, it might be impacting some.
Yeah, they got some nice sisters over there in Venezuela too.
Thank you so much. Yes, I know. I mean, for some people, my accent is really funny. For some people, it's cute. For some people, it's like they don't like it. Whatever. For me, the important thing is that people get the message behind it, because it's important for dance world to know some stuff, no? Well, yes, I will never get rid of this accent. I am Afro-Venezuelan. I come from Venezuela and I speak Spanish. That's my mother language. That's why. And I learned English and also German. I live in Germany currently as an adult. So I think in my case, of course, I think as a kid you learn faster. I think that, no? But in my case was like, okay, also I am involved in ballet world, so I didn't study at the university, you know, like everything that I've learned is like this. I studied in Venezuela, but not here. That's why I will not get rid of this.
Oh, I could bring the sisters back for y'all if y'all like. If y'all like, I'd bring the sisterhood back. I have no problem with that. I think y'all see the beauty of the Afro Venezuelan women. Yes, sir. Let's go. And for anybody that's been to Cali, you know that this is Cali all day long. These sisters look no different than Calenias. I kid you not. No different. Beautiful, gorgeous. But when I say they got the sisters in Cali, they got the sisters in Cali. So that don't mean we want y'all to come. We just letting y'all know. This is what the sisters look like for the Afro-Colombian Festival here in Cali every August. 600,000 people. Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes, I know. I mean, for some people, my accent is really funny. For some people, it's cute. For some people, it's like they don't like it. Whatever. For me, the important thing is that people get the message behind it, because it's important for dance world to know some stuff, no? Well, yes, I will never get rid of this accent. I am Afro-Venezuelan. I come from Venezuela and I speak Spanish. That's my mother language. That's why. And I learned English and also German. I live in Germany currently as an adult. So I think in my case, of course, I think as a kid you learn faster. I think that, no? But in my case was like, okay, also I am involved in ballet world, so I didn't study at the university, you know, like everything that I've learned is like this. I studied in Venezuela, but not here. That's why I will not get rid of this Latina accent. Funny enough is that my dad's family, they speak English, British English, and French. They come from Trinidad and Tobago, but my dad also learned Spanish as an adult, and he was really concerned about learning Spanish and speaking Spanish. So he never took care of speaking with us, with me, with my siblings, English. He never. And he has the cutest accent as well in Spanish, like, oh, come on, hola, como estar, aquí caminando, super cute.
Some people have been asking me based on my posts, how do I get a visa to go to Venezuela? Well, let me help you out a little bit. There now is a website for the United States Embassy in Caracas.
All right. So we already went to that website. So he's just going to go over some things that we talked about earlier.
And guess what? They actually have a link to show you exactly how to apply for a visa to Venezuela. Let me show you right now. Look right here.
We did that tonight.
Like I said, I got that Venezuelan tourist visa. It's good for 1 year. A lot of people have been asking me in the comments, how long is it good for 1 year? The other thing people have been asking me is, how do I do it? Well, I already uploaded a long form video. Go to my bio and click the link. I have a long form video. Go watch that video. Now, if you're not satisfied with the video, you
about to watch the long form video for us. It's not as long as it sounds, but I do have that video for you guys.
Also can schedule some time with me to go do it. Like, I have a link in the bio. You can schedule a consultation with me for an hour. I will sit there with an hour and help you get through the visa process. But anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to go to Caracas, Los Roques. I really want to go to Los Roques, but I also want to go to Maracaibo. There's so many places I want to go to. I don't know. Anyway, link in bio. Hey, what's up, everyone? So in this video, we're discussing how to get your Venezuelan tourist visa. So if you didn't know, Venezuela now allows you to apply for a tourist visa via their Ministry of Foreign Affairs website. So I'm going to put the link in the description and let's just talk about how to do it. So you're going to follow the link and the link is going to take you to their homepage. On that homepage, there is a button that says e-visas. Click that button. That is going to take you to a new page where you can log in, but you haven't registered yet. So go to the bottom and click the register button. When you click the register button, it's going to show you a form. You're going to fill out that form. You're going to have
all those things that we looked at today.
New account. So once you do that, log in with your new account. After you log in, what you're going to do is start a new trámite. Trámite is process in Spanish. So you click that button and then you're going to choose consular services. Okay, Correct. It's going to be in Spanish, but consular is pretty much spelled the same way as it is in English. It just sounds different when you say it in Spanish. After you choose that, you're going to choose Visa de Turista. That is tourist visa. So now you have to fill out the application. The application is very long. We're not going to go through every single field in this video. That would be super boring. So what I'm going to do is tell you what I actually had to submit as part of my application. So I had a passport PDF or image of my passport.
True.
Your passport has to be valid for the next 6 months.
True.
The next thing you need is a passport photo. Basically an image that has the same dimensions as a passport photo you might get if you go to like CVS or something like that. What they're going to do is they're going to put that image on your visa. So that's what that's for. The next thing you need is a letter or a comunicación. In this letter is basically like a cover letter. Okay, so you're going to say, I want to go to Venezuela. I need a tourist visa because I would like to visit Los Roques, Margarita. I'm going to stay in this Airbnb or this hotel. I'm going to fly on this airline and I plan to stay for X number of days.
Now, I'm going to be put for the Patreon. Like I said, I'm going to be posting this video, this portion of the video. I'm going to have a created letter that you guys can use and just fill in the blanks type of letter that's going to be posted in the Patreon that you guys can download and use as a PDF or whatever it may be. So all the guys that are part of Patreon, I'll be putting together your letter for you in regards to this. Let me actually go to the Patreon and get the link for Love Crossing Borders. And I'm going to be doing that for you, gentlemen. And I'll be having all the links that we were talking about and everything that he was talking about that you need. I'll have that in the Patreon for you guys this weekend.
One thing about the comunicación letter I want to tell you is make sure you write this in professional Venezuelan Spanish. The way I did this is I took a letter I wrote in English.
I am going to have the 2 PDFs. I'm going to have one for you guys that is in English that you can just basically fill in the blank type of thing, you know, of where you're going to stay, when your flight is, when you're going to leave. But I'm going to also have one in Venezuelan Espanol, professional Espanol. So you don't have to worry about, well, how do I translate this over to Spanish? I'm going to have all that already set up for you. So you guys just fill in the blanks. I'll have all that done for you in the Patreon. Let me not dip in somebody's conversation.
English, I fed it into Gemini and I said, write me a letter for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for my tourist visa for Venezuela in professional Venezuelan Spanish, and use this letter I wrote in English as a guide. And it's going to spit out a beautiful letter for you. Save that letter as a PDF and then include that in your application. Now, also, when you're filling out the application, they are going to ask for this information, okay? So what I would do is book everything refundable. Book a refundable flight, book a refundable hotel or Airbnb, because you don't know when your visa is going to come back or if it's going to come back at all, right? So you want refundable everything. The next thing you're going to need to do is fill out the solicitude addendum form. This is a PDF that you're going to download and you're going to fill that out additionally. Now, when you're filling out this application, they are going to have a list of documents in the application. So you're going to click the tag for a particular document. So like if you're uploading your passport, you're going to click passport and you're going to upload the passport because you want to make sure that the documents match the labels. Okay. And that's basically it.
You've been to every country. What are your thoughts on Venezuela?
Venezuela is a country that, in my opinion, is the single most beautiful country on the planet.
Yes, the landscape looks beautiful. Yes, I'm sure the culture is beautiful. But remember, it is still
Shout out to our brother Kobe.
Venezuela.
Which part of Venezuela were you at?
All over, but the part that I think is the most beautiful is Canaima National Park.
Okay.
It's home to the tallest waterfall in the world, Salto Angel. Feels like Avatar. Like, have you seen that movie?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like, you know, the jungles there and and then the rivers and the street. It's just.
Do you feel safe there?
Yeah, dude, super safe. Caracas has like sort of a bad reputation, but it's not at all dangerous. And
listen, I understand what he's saying, but he is an experienced traveler who has been to every country in the world. You're not him. I'm not him.
Again, like, kindest people in the world, dude. Amazing food, and hopefully once it reopens, you know, more people will get to see it because it's a special place.
You're selling it well.
I am. They should hire me. They should hire me in the new government as the tourism director.
They're still not playing any games out there in the streets of Venezuela. If you're in Caracas, yeah, it can still go down. Okay? Let's take our time in going back. And I'm telling you, for the people messing around in Colombia, I know a lot of y'all who go to Medellin and these other cities like Cartagena and Colombia, just because Venezuela is right next door, you think you're going to go over there and do the same type of stuff they're doing there. They're deporting people and sending them right out of Colombia, a lot of Americans and other foreigners. Remember, Venezuela, there's still a lot of street justice. Be careful, y'all. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, a lot of us still want to go and visit there, but don't go over there messing around and end up missing. All right?
About the whole brothers ruining Venezuela or don't ruin it like you did Colombia, let me address that really quick because a lot of people are commenting on that. Honestly, I didn't expect that post to like kind of go viral. I wasn't expecting that. You know, I might have been kind of trolling a little bit, but even if I wasn't, like, you guys need to understand, of course brothers can't ruin Colombia. Like, I'm not slow. Obviously, Colombia is huge. Medellin is just a city. Medellin is not all of Colombia. Colombia is a beautiful country. Colombians are nice, amazing people. You know, I know a lot of Colombians. I went there with my partner at the time. We had a great time. We went from city to city. Amazing country. So no, brothers didn't ruin Colombia, obviously. And I know you guys don't know me, and so you guys don't know my sense of humor or whatever, etc. And I know Medellin right now is upset with the tourism going on. That's not my conversation to have. I just kind of report on stuff here or there. You know, I might give more of my opinion on YouTube because, you know, my YouTube community kind of knows my kind of personality. So that yesterday, yeah, you know what I'm saying, might have been a little bit over the top because I know y'all don't know me. But no, y'all can't ruin Colombia. So I know a lot of brothers got offended when I said, oh, don't ruin it like y'all did Colombia. Relax, man, all right? I'm definitely you know, for the people. I want everyone to just enjoy life, travel the world, see the world, understand there's more cities in the world than Medellin, and enjoy your life, man. I'm all about traveling, and some people are like, oh, mad at me because they're saying you be showing all these countries. When did traveling become a problem? Y'all, like, anyways, man, y'all have a blessed day, man. We up.
All right. That's the end of the video section or portion right now. I want to show you guys something. Like I showed you guys earlier, the website to apply for your visa. Now, remember, he had mentioned on your visa that you guys need to go to and create a agenda, your flight agenda and your hotel room agenda for Venezuela. They're going to ask you that on your visa. When you're going to be there, when you're going to leave. A lot of guys don't realize, I've been knowing about this for years. There are websites that will create for a visa. Once again, let me make this a little larger for the screen. There are websites for visa applications that will create pseudo airport flights and pseudo or unreal, but they are confirmed to be real, hotel reservations for any country. There are several that are out there. And so I'll be dropping the links in how to use these. So I'll be showing you several ones on how to use it. If you're going to get a reservation and you got a flight that's heading out for your visa application for wherever, right? And they ask you, well, do you have a hotel reservation? Well, you can actually go to some of these websites and actually create a website application, a hotel room application, and it tells you how it works. So I'm going to have all this for you guys in the Patreon. So step by step, and I'll have you, this is just one website. Key Flight is just one website. I've got several more that individuals can use as well. So I'm going to hook you up in regards to stop giving away. I'm not giving it away. This is just one. This is just one piece of the game. So if you're part of the Patreon, you're going to get everything. You'll be able to walk through and get everything if you're on the Patreon. But if you're not, and I'm talking about the paid member Patreon, I know a lot of you guys on the free member, support your boy. Some of you guys have been on a free membership of Patreon for like 3 or 4 years. Support show Andre and Andre some love. All it takes is $5 or $15 or $25 to get into the Patreon. And you'll be able to get all the information, all the videos, and then we're going to be doing the live shows as well over on Patreon. So like I said, this Sunday, I'm going to do a pseudo test video, test live stream over on Patreon to make sure I do everything correctly. But I kid you not, guys, it's all about sharing the information. So that's just one part of the game. Oh, no. Oh, the Patreon link? Yeah. He said, support Andre and Andrea. He said, oh, my. See, why wasn't Theo here when I was doing the Terraform book and Curacao shout out? Why wasn't Theo here for that? You know, showing how hard we work even when we're on vacation. Let me bring that back up, man.
Venezuela is opening up. We're seeing people starting to go to Venezuela and stuff like that. To you, brothers, respectfully and polite.
Right here. Yeah, we were about right here. Let's show some love to Terraform. Even when you're on vacation, you got homework to do. Even on vacation, you got homework to do. Yes, sir. out to Kubernetes and AI. So when Theo says, take your homework, do your homework, no matter where you go, even if you're on the tropical island, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. If I can be off the coast of Venezuela with my wife and do homework, looking at this beautiful view, I know you guys can do it too. No excuses. No excuses. Yes, sir. All right. Beautiful country. Beautiful, beautiful country. But yeah, I'm going to have everything set up on the Patreon, how to submit for your application. The videos that you guys saw me talk about, you're going to have that. The video of the gentleman that we just saw a few moments ago, who was talking about what steps or what forms that you need to submit. I'm going to have the whole list of what you need to submit on your app for your application for your Venezuelan visa. Once again, the visa is good for up to 1 year. So I'm going to have the links when they sit back and they say, well, when are you going to come? And where's your accommodations? I'll have those pseudo websites that you can go to. I've been knowing about them for years to walk through your visa application for Venezuela. So you'll be able to do those things. And they're a fraction of the cost of what you would pay to actually pay for a full flight and then just to have to get a refund for that flight later on. You don't have to do that. Like I said, I've got a few websites that assist you with that. Shout out to you guys. And actually, I got an Ethiopian video coming up soon. But right now, we're going to make sure we support our brother tonight, Chaos Reign. Shout out to our brother. Make sure we check out his video. He's the Pookie agenda. Shout out to Theo. All right, gentlemen, let you get some rest. I was actually thinking about putting that together because I got everything. I'm just trying to get the interview schedule, because it's one thing to have all the Guyana information, but it's another thing. I'm trying to get all the interviews together. Hopefully I can finish all. I said I was going to have it done a couple months ago, but I'm trying to get all the interviews together with the Guyanese in regards to business development, owning property over there, where to go to if we're going to be visiting, things like that. So that's what I've been working on with Guyana. And kind of funny that you would bring that up, Bobby, because I was thinking about that this week myself. He said doesn't suck as much as having Lizzo as your wife. This is true. This is true. And no cloud job. This is true. He said, I'm currently learning Terraform, a powerful tool. Yes, sir. And Z says this. He said, say no to Pookie's vacation boys in Venezuela. They will ruin everything. He said, I studied Cisco on my honeymoon. This is the way. So there is no excuses, gentlemen. No excuses. He said, I would like to see that she must have. Oh, I was dipping in somebody's conversation. Custom colognes that we got made. Andre and I got custom colognes and perfumes made. Let me go here. Add that to stage. Let me move this out of the way. Remove this. Add to stage. And let's go here. This is the cologne shop that we went to in Curacao, right off the coast of Venezuela. They had all the oils, and you can make all the custom. All right, guys, we are in once again in Curacao, and we are in the perfume. Yeah, perfume shop where you can make your custom colognes or testing different scents to make a custom cologne. And Andre getting a custom perfume.
Do you have any perfume on your arms?
No.
No. Vamos a ponerlo aquí arriba. Normalmente nunca, casi nunca usamos nada aquí.
So if you're ever here in Curacao, you guys definitely need to make it here on Mambo Beach.
Okay, the same process.
I know.
Let's wait a little bit.
Oh, that camera makes Andre look big. Plus, Andre lost a lot of weight over the last couple of months, bro. Let y'all see y'all girl.
Well, my friend, remember, you're gonna smell first. Keep poker face.
Okay.
Poker face. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Yeah, don't say anything. Just
So he let me smell her cologne or perfume that she made, and then he let her smell my cologne.
very good. By the way, yeah, your name is
Andre.
Andre.
Andrea.
You're gonna call his son, so I'm the junior.
Andrew.
Andrew. Well, we got a baseball player from Curacao. You like it? I like it. Now smell it on you. You know Andrew Jones?
No.
Wow.
Atlanta.
He won 10 Golden Gloves straight.
All right. Those girls were from that were on the other side that you saw. They were from Europe. And then once you got your cologne made, and then this is the bottle that they come in, really nice. You see, I put a nice dent in there since November because they actually ask you, do you want pheromone after you make your cologne, your custom cologne? They also ask you, do you want pheromones added to it? So women are really attracted to your cologne. And so I got the pheromones added to it, and really nice. And then you could put your name on the side of it, the name of your whatever you want it to be, Love Crossing Borders Collection, or whatever you want it to be. And they also send you you get a chance to take a photo of what ingredients or oil scents that you put off in there. So just in case you forget and you want your scent made again, he allowed you to take a camera screenshot, and I still have my screenshot of what scents I have off in here. So I'll have my first custom cologne, which I really enjoy. Smells, oh man, that's good. That is good. So, and there are places throughout Colombia, like my brother said, Envigado, in Medellin, and there are places. Yeah, that was in Caracas. I mean, Curacao. I'm sorry, not Caracas, but Curacao. Yep, actually in Curacao. Really nice island. Beautiful. Right off the coast of Venezuela. He said, I wish I would have known about, I would have made exclusive fragrance live. Yeah. If I was, something that's a great idea. If I was thinking, I would have did it live. That's a good point. But yeah, they have them all throughout Colombia, man. So anybody that wants to get custom made colognes and the perfumes, there are spots throughout this country that you can get them made. All right. Let's get ready to head up out of here. I know it's getting late where you guys are. He said, yeah, I know the brown skin Filipina is intoxicating. Oh, I'm really dipping. Let me get out of you guys' business. Let me get the outro video going. See you guys mañana for Friday. Drink in hand. Glad to see all you gentlemen here. Make sure you get your homework done. If I'm studying, you guys better be studying.
love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck. Up the budget, cashing it in, damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it. Her name ain't Mega, but yeah, she a stallion. The way that we dressin' ran out of Italian. New chain bustin', peep the medallion. Pour your own troubles out by the gallon. Her name ain't Lotta, but she from the south. Her name ain't Ruby, she got a big mouth. Putting it in, she sticking it out. Putting it in, she sticking it out. She like salsa, one in a hole, just like a golfer. If you ain't leeching, what can you offer? Ain't got it, they just be talkers. Ain't got it, they just be talkers. They gon' tell you what you wanna hear. Yeah, put you in a nice pair. Best if you don't listen.
All this shit from me, I'm making her wet. It's double line, you know we the set. They know we up next, that's why they upset. Diamonds on me, and you know it's baguettes. Falling so hard, man, I need me a rap. If you ain't on time, then you can't let. Can't live in the past, ain't got no regrets. Ain't looking for love, just want me. Like it or love it, still gotta respect it. How you in first, but you coming in second. They watching you next, so you gotta protect it. Running it up and we breaking the records. You gave us your last, you should've just kept it. Eyes on me as soon as I step in. The eye on me, you know what I'm reppin'. It's eyes, so yeah, you know what we dressin'. Our blessings is coming, they know that we destined. Like it or love it, they know how we coming. Just send us the budget, send us the budget. She wanna second, my hands on her weed. She tell me don't touch it. What you doing? We bringing them vibes, they know we don't force it. Tell them don't rush us. Don't rush us at all. Hate us or love us, it really don't matter. Ain't holding no grudges.
Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck, up the budget, cashing it in. Damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it.
She want me to touch her, I'm making her cream. Like she a Russian, she for the team. She bring her cousins, I'm bringing my brothers. Now it's the scene and we all for bean.
Like it or love it, I had to just dub it. Ain't no in between, no in between. She for the streets, feeling so geek. She for the streets, feeling so geek.
Like it or love it, they know how we coming. Just send us the budget.